kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabayad pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ng mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod.
We are still live here in action sa Divine Light Academy sa Las Piñas City para sa inyong Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Still, a lot of games are gonna be happening today. We just finished things off in the 16 under division kung saan nakuha ng Nueva Ecija de Generals ang panalo kontra sa JT Bulacan Taipan. But that is not gonna be the end of their matchup yet, because there are still going to be different teams fighting it off in different age brackets para malaman natin kung ano pa nga ba ang posibleng mangyari. Still, it is Hans Galeria, JP Ruiz, and Danay Amada at their courtside. JP, what a first game it was.
Definitely, Hans. It was a close action. Almost went into overtime by that last possession, but kudos to the 16 under squad with a great game today.
You know, there's still going to be a lot of experience na kanilang makukuha. And hopefully, if they get to continue to train, malalagay sila sa kanilang 18 under team. Pero ngayon, papanoorin muna nila ang kanilang mga kuya, because it's going to be another installment of Bulacan and Nueva Ecija going up against each other. Unahin na natin ulit ang Bulacan. This is a team that got off with their recent loss sa kanilang naging huling laban.
Actually, Hans, they did start the campaign 0-6, and then they won their next two games, but unfortunately, their streak ended losing to Pasig only by 4, 63-67. Their main gunner was Charles Lord Dane Victoria with 18 points and 5 rebounds, but they ultimately lost because of their free throws. They allowed Pasig to make 18 out of 26 free throws, while they only did 3 out of 9. So for them to come up with a W and bounce back, they need to stay aggressive on defense but lessen their fouls.
Ang maganda naman doon, there's the San Sebastian Staglet Lordy Victoria
yes,
making something happen for his team. But on the other hand, things are not going so well para sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija. There needs to be an order because they started off pretty hot, but then a cold streak came in.
Definitely, they did start the campaign 5-0, Hans, but now they are on a 3-game losing slump as well. They did lose their last game against San Juan 61-67, so it's only a 6-point game. Their leading scorer were Inigo Garcia with 16 and Gian Gamala with 15. However, they lost the rebounding and assist battle. So for them to come back and hopefully end this slump, they need to win the box out game and they need to continue passing the rock.
So there's very different aspects ng
definitely.
laro na kailangan pagtuunan ng pansin ng ating dalawang kupunan. The question is, will either team be able to make that happen today para makuha nila ang panalo and to get themselves out of the losing column? Malalaman natin yan sa pag-uumpisa ng laban, courtesy of our game announcer.
A very good morning, everyone. We welcome you here at Divine Light Academy, Las Piñas City, as we bring you Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. 18 under division featuring the JT Bulacan Taipan and Nueva Ecija de Generals. Now let's carry on the starters first. for JT Bulacan Taipan. Starting guard number 12, Jade Intaya. To guard number 88, Axel Gonzalez. At forward number 24, Miggy Calachan. Other forward number 27, Yuan Fajardo. And at center number 10, Prix De La Vega. The head coach is Rafael Del Pozo, assisted by Andy Roy Johnson. Team manager Charles Kimpo and team owner Jovan Tai. And now let us meet the starters for the Nueva Ecija Generals. Starting point guard number 31, Gian Clemente. Shooting guard number 17, Jairon Romawa. At forward number 29, Gian Gambala. Power forward number 2, Clint Pico. And at center number 19, Lebron Montano. The head coach is Alan Salangsang, assisted by Nico Berbido. Team owner Ian Elizarte Marquez. Officiating this ball game, Irving Calzada, Ryan Soriano, and Nino Barcenas. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. J.R. Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kit Picasso.
You're looking at the Doride team starters para sa ating 1800 division. Para sa Nueva Ecija, it's Clemente, Romawak, Gamala, Pico at Montaño. Para naman sa Bulacan, it's Indaya, Gonzales, Calachan, Fajardo at si De La Vega. Both teams are looking for wins to continue in terms of the matchup. The 11 seed, JT Bulacan Taipan, going up against the 4 seed, Nueva Ecija, the Generals. Things should go either very well for them or quite different. Yung unang tira ng Bulacan is not going to be going in here.
Definitely, Hans. Now, in the previous game that we saw, it was the Nueva Ecija, the Generals, who were the underdogs and came out with a victory. In this matchup, in the 18 under, it's the Bulacan Taipan, JT Bulacan Taipan, who are 11th, 2 and 7, are considered the underdogs here.
Now Clemente tosses it over to his big, finds a lot of turnarounds, but Calachan is looking to address the issue by passing it to the other side. But at that time, Fajardo's gonna let it go. Recta. At todo. Pressing on that gas, no brakes para kay Gamala.
What a beautiful start there for Nueva Ecija. Talking about Giancarlo Gamala making things happen.
Gamala had 15 points in their last time that they were here. And he's making things happen on the other side as a steal occurred. Settled with a jumper, and that is A-OK.
Immediately went for the loose ball and make the bank shot. 4-0 points for Gamala.
Things are going quick and fast para sa kanilang kupunan, and another turnover. Bulacan unable to get a shot up. This time, Nueva Ecija is looking to do the same. Wow. The smallest guy on the floor kept things alive now. Now here's going to be Gamala challenging the defense, and this time he's going to be going to the line to shoot for 2.
Yeah, great effort there by Gamala, evading the white shirts, going to go hard to the basket and able to get the contact.
This guy has already started to heat up ng mabilisan.
We mentioned earlier, Hans, no, given the fact that there are so many roster changes happening throughout the season, I'm looking at the season stats here, and Gamala isn't even in the top 5 in their statistics. So it shows that this is a breakout season or game so far for Gamala.
I mean, you see his frame, you see his size.
Yeah.
He's definitely a matchup advantage for Nueva Ecija. Considering he plays guard, he brings it down, and that would always be a problem for smaller guards. A 6-0 is our current score. And at that moment, Bulacan is having a hard time trying to manufacture a play dahil yung depensa ng Nueva Ecija ang namamayagpag in the first 2 minutes.
Definitely.
There's a shot mula kay Gonzales that's not gonna go in. De La Vega's also gonna try, but that's a miss. 2 minutes have already passed by. Clemente given a screen from Pico and Montaño. And then there's gonna be another opening. That was given right away para kay Montaño.
There's a very Great effort there for the blue shirts, able to extend the lead 8-0.
And another turnover. Clemente, 3 blue shirts are on the run. And that's 10-0 in favor of Nueva Ecija.
Clinton Pico able to get the receiving end on that with that fast break play.
All gas, no brakes. Para sa Nueva Ecija, the Generals, just take a look at it again. He finds him. Just like having a third eye at the back of your neck. And on the other hand, the runway is open. Bulacan needs a timeout.
You're watching the Junior MPBL 18 under match of Bulacan Taipan and Nueva Ecija D Generals. While the players were warming up from Team Nueva Ecija, nakita ko si Assistant Coach Nico with player number 31, Clemente. Sinasabihan lang ni Coach na huwag siyang ma-pressure and magkaroon siya ng tiwala sa kanyang sarili, lalo at maliit ang player. Pero umatake din siya, huwag siyang kabahan masyado. This is an essential pre-game guidance. Thank you. Kudos to our coaches. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat. We saw Clemente just a bit, really manufacturing a lot of plays. But look at Kamala! Gumala sa ilalim!
12-0 for Nueva Ecija. It's been all dark shirts from here.
Still no answers from Bulacan, courtesy of that Kalachan 3. But De La Vega, maybe he can do something about it. He gets a second chance. Tila may takip ang ring ng Bulacan. They're currently unable to find that basket.
Things aren't going the white shirts' way. 12-0. It is opening quarter.
And as of this moment, foul called kontra dito sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija. Some substitutions are going to be done now as more players are kicking in. That's Hans Al-Enezi, or should I say, that is Rich Lacson, finally making his entry in this game. But there's a charge from Yuan Fajardo, a very difficult one. But if that's what they need to get some shots up, then he will be more than happy to take those.
Yeah, Yuan Fajardo taking matters into his own hands, able to get the contact. Let's even put some points on the board for Bulacan. But Hans, very important here to take note of for JT Bulacan Taipan. They are currently, as I mentioned earlier, 11th with 2-7. For them to get even a chance at the play-in, which is the first time happening this season for the Junior MPBL, they must win this game. They are currently at 11. The 12-seeded Cavite squad is already out of the playoff picture. If they win this ball game, they are tied at 10th with the Pasig Stallions at 3-7. So they must. It's a must-win game here.
And understanding the gravity of the situation, all hands are on deck para sa kanilang kupunan. Lacson shoots the midi, still unable to find the basket to fall here. And now an opening. Kalachan tries to go, doesn't get in as well, and the smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound.
Definite hustle play effort here for Nueva Ecija with another basket.
And another shot goes in. And that time, that's James Bablis finding a basket. 5 minutes without a bucket para sa kanilang kupunan, in a defensive stop. Still not allowing them to score. But a turnover was given para sa Bulacan. Fajardo tries to challenge, and finally breaking the ice. Yuan Fajardo gets it for Bulacan.
Not giving up on that play. Yuan Fajardo gives the white shirts their first basket. You see this replay here. Quick, fast break play from the blue shirts, and you can see here finally the first basket for the white shirts.
Hopefully that's gonna start things up for them, because Nueva Ecija, as soon as they saw the bucket, they are in need of a timeout. The play continues now for our two teams in the 18 under division. Gamala leading all scorers. Kicks it out. Gives it to Clemente, an off angle considering na Lacson was already on his side. Just 7 seconds remaining. They find an extra teammate, and that time it goes in again.
That was a great half-court set action here from the Blue Shirts, able to run the play, find the open man for the bank shot.
And now the defensive pressure continues. That was a very low pass, but the gravity was there. Clemente right at the steal. Another open lane para sa Nueva Ecija.
That was Hayden James Balbis able to get the fast break going.
Bablis getting his 4th point in this matchup. 18-2. Both teams are on completely different ends. The means and extremes. Bablis making something happen for his team. They are up by 16.
Nothing is going Bulacan's way.
They're gonna have to find something here. Another shot is quite off. They're consistently trying to look for some extra assets here that could help them para makabalik sa laban na ito. But they have to start in the first quarter, especially on the defensive end. Bablis gets rejected, and at that time, Yuan Fajardo, the lone bright spot, is going to be going back to the bench.
Exactly. If the fact that he was the lone scorer and made a critical stop there, going to the bench, it is a huge loss. Let's see who can step up here for the Bulacan.
Needs to be someone who can make something happen here. That was Lacson.
Ooh.
He gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Now the attack coming in from Prix de la Vega is not going to work.
You notice that there were immediately 2 to 3 Blue Shirts going for that box out. No one wanting to rebound for Bulacan.
Dagaas, bagong pasok para sa Nueva Ecija. Lacson almost had it. Now the play continues. Lots of players are trying to go. But at that time, a Nueva Ecija player gets a 3. Does not even graze the rim. A bit more than 2 minutes to go. And obviously, if you're Bulacan, you don't want to stay at 2 points. Can Victoria make it happen? Yes, he can!
And that started with that double team defense by, that was from the big man of Bulacan, able to find the open man for the 3.
Nordi Victoria, the leading scorer of Bulacan during the last time that they were here. But at that time, it was none other than Christopher Gupit making his first 2 points.
It is a 15-point lead care of the Blue Shirts right now in this opening quarter.
A slight opening. They're trying to take advantage of the situation, but it hasn't been working from the 3-point line. The 3 guard right from Rainbow Country are trying to go for it. 6 seconds remaining. His teammates are counting, and that's an opening, but that is not going to work. Less than a minute to go.
And that's what you need if you're Bulacan. Make those necessary stops and make some conversions on the other end. Ooh.
But that is going to hurt. It was quite an opening already, but the pass was quite inaccurate. De La Vega was also not in position, so medyo nangangapa pa ang Bulacan sa unang laro nila dito mismo ngayon.
But one thing you should notice is that Kiel De La Vega is making the necessary adjustments to take control on the offensive end. He was able to give that assist to their shooter. Now they wanted to drop it down on them in that possession. Unfortunately, it led to a turnover.
Now here's Daga shooting the 3. That's not going to work. De La Vega with a rebound. Only 30 seconds remaining in the first. Victoria's going to hold the reins. He's going to try to go left. Shooting the 3. It's not gonna go. But Kalachan also failing to get the 3 to go down. But now Dagas being hounded by the defense. And that time, Bulacan scrambling for a bucket here. De La Vega loses control. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter of action. It is Nueva Ecija taking control in the first quarter, limiting Bulacan to only single digits, as that is going to be the matter at hand. Your Chef's Magic first quarter highlights.
Yeah, definitely. It has been all Nueva Ecija. Although Bulacan was able to make counter with a 3-point bomb, everything has been going Nueva Ecija's way in this opening quarter.
We're about to find out if they can continue, or will Bulacan make something happen in the second. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Second quarter of action now here at your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. It's Nueva Ecija leading by 15, 20-5.
And Hans, one important stat that I should refer to at the end of the first quarter, points in the paint, out of the 20 points of Nueva Ecija, 18. So you definitely know they want to score inside.
Yeah, I mean, from what we saw, especially dun sa nakaraang laro nitong Bulacan, they're on completely different ends of the
Yes.
table. Para sa kanilang, para sa kupunan ng Bulacan, just like Lordy Victoria right there, they live and die by the 3-point line. Last time out, or the last time that this team played, they had 12 3-point shots made out of 42 attempts. That says a lot about how 3-point reliant this team is.
Definitely. And because of that, Bulacan does have the green light to score from outside. And guys like Victoria will make them pay. However, it's a tall order to come back to, given it, this is a 12-point deficit for Bulacan.
Now Fajardo looks to go ISO on the other players. That's a hard fall. But Fajardo's built like a tank, so he's definitely okay. He's going to the line to shoot for two.
He definitely doesn't look like an 18-year-old.
Yeah, he looks like he can play at the 25 under division.
Actually, his build is, as you said, made of steel.
Pero para po sa lahat ng mga nanonood, yes po, 18 years old pa lang po itong
Yes.
si Yuan Fajardo. Huwag po kayong magpapalin lang sa mga sinasabi namin. That's just how, you know,
Gifted,
able-bodied and ready
right?
and built like a tank he is. As he gets his third point dito sa ating laban, there's only 2 players na nakaka-score pa lamang sa kanilang kupunan. That is Yuan Fajardo and Lordy Victoria.
And speaking of Lordy Victoria, he is their sharpshooter for the white shirts. And let's see if he can continue shooting from the outside. Can anyone else step up for Bulacan?
There's been some 3-point attempts, but that hasn't been going in. Carpio kicks it out. They find Kalachan again, short. Tagas goes right para muling ibaba ang bola. Isip now. Tosses it to a player. Mid-range jumper is not going to work. Carpio's going to be getting the extra rebound. Lacson slows it down, chooses the center. And that is going to go in. You were looking for a third player.
Yep.
Lacson locks in.
Rich Jude Lacson making his presence known in this ball game. Great crossover, able to get the N1 bucket.
Right at the continuation play for your pound-for-pound fitness. Foul counted shot of the quarter. Rich Lacson been playing, at least being the substitute in that first quarter of action. And then right after that, tila na pagana niya. Yung floater na yon, adding an extra point to it. So with that being said, Lacson has 3, Fajardo has 3, Victoria has 2 threes.
Lacson actually averages 10 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. So you should expect him to explode this quarter.
But this is a solid answer. Galing sa koponan ng Bulacan. They're limiting down the point opportunities. Para sa koponan ng Nueva Ecija is 7-0 run.
Yep.
To make something happen. Meanwhile, itong the Generals wala pang nai-score in the second quarter. Can Calachan add to it? Yes, he does!
After multiple efforts from shooting on the outside, Marcus Eli Calachan making his first 3-point bucket.
Marcos Calachan adding another 3 points for 3 players in this Bulacan team who already has 3 points. There's going to be a lot of threes that have happened. But now, a timeout is going to be called by the Generals. A 10-0 run ang ginawa ng kanilang kupunan. Meron bang pamatay sunog? And there it goes. A good response right after the timeout, courtesy of Ratuiste.
Excellent ATO play from the blue shirts, able to extend the lead now back to 8.
Now Victoria is already manned. You see the defensive opportunity there, yung adjustment na ginawa ng Nueva Ecija.
They do not want to see Victoria make one more 3-point attempt.
Tagaas and the Generals are tossing it around. He gets it right back. Lipat sa kabila. Another 3. Goes in and out.
Great box out play there from the white shirts.
Now Victoria is gonna slow things down. Oh my goodness! He almost got it. Everybody stood up and was happy with that highlight. Just couldn't finish it.
It was right in front of us. I apologize. I had to react to that.
Oh my goodness, I had to see it. Tween. Ooh. It was like a 2K animation. Just wasn't green.
Exactly.
But you know what? I think I'm gonna see it on the social media.
Yes.
I'm sure of it. I am sure of it.
Ooh.
That might give them a bit more momentum. But if it doesn't, then it's a chance and an opportunity wasted. And another attack. This time from Nueva Ecija. He says ankle breakers don't matter if you don't finish them off.
Lance Ratuiste getting things done on Nueva Ecija's end with the strong and one bucket opportunity.
Ito rin ang unang salang nitong si Lance Ratuiste.
And you mentioned this earlier, Hans. They live and die from the three itong JT Bulacan. They really have no hesitation to keep shooting from the outside.
Especially if you have a player such as Lordy Victoria, who can be an obvious threat from beyond the arc. Same could be said para dun sa dalawang Calachan. They've been trying to shoot from that three-point line, but only Marcos has been able to make something happen here. Those 42 attempts from last game were no joke.
No.
They might even exceed it today.
I was about to say that, Hans. 42 attempts from the white shirts in their last time out. They were able to make a dozen. So they're no joke. Meanwhile, I think it's almost a platoon substitution there from the white shirts. 4 out of the 5 fresh legs coming in.
Might provide a different form of complexity here, but look at that. Miscommunication here from Bulacan as Nueva Ecija gets another rebound. Dagaas ngayon ang magmamando. He's looking for a screen from Isip. Tosses it to the right side. Step back jumper. Now Isip looks to control. And at that time, it was all ball. They have 7 seconds to work with still.
Yeah, that was a clean swipe coming from Yuan Fajardo. Let's see if they can continue making a stop here.
Baseline inbound play. Ratuiste already was going up, but Fajardo had the right idea there. Last touch pa pala
Oo.
ang kupunan ng Nueva Ecija. So that's a good defensive situation. Pero naibalik din agad. Dagas. Now.
Oh, that was a contact foul coming from Bulacan to give them 2 free throws for Lance Ratuiste.
You know, Fajardo has no hesitation. Jumping, blocking, swatting, getting a lot of stuff out.
He is
That's
their
not theirs. Yeah. He's your worker ant.
However, it's not enough though for this Bulacan squad, given the lead is now ballooned to 12.
And I have to say though, this kid, Lance Ratuistre, sa second quarter pa lang siya pumasok, but his impact is legit.
I don't know if you saw that. That was a steal and go play. Care of Nueva Ecija with 2 more buckets.
Gabriel Dagas adds insult to injury from 12 to 14. It is Nueva Ecija with the lead.
As I spoke with Kalakhan from Team Bulacan Taipan, nalaman ko na araw-araw silang nakakapag-ensayo dahil school-based ang kanilang team. Matagal na silang magkakasama, may mga kaunting dumagdag lang na bagong salang. Sabi pa nga ng player, mahigpit, nababait naman ang kanilang coach na si Coach Giro. Study first pangaraw itong si Kalakhan, kasama pa siya sa first 5 ng Team Bulacan, proving what it means to be a goal-oriented student-athlete. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Miss Danae Amada. From what she was able to say, obviously itong sina Kalakhan, that is,
Mickey.
yeah, Miggy and Marcos, they were able to at least provide some sort of balance, but hopefully we get to see more of his contributions dito sa laban na ito. Being part of that starting 5 definitely means something to him. And it would mean more to him if he gets his momentum right away, but a 3 is underway. A shot is made once more.
That was Inigo Garcia making his presence known. He is one of the leading scorers in their previous timeout, opening up with another triple.
Villaseran goes with a midi, derecho. Pero hindi sakto pababa. A double team awarded by Bulacan. Malyari tosses it to Ratuiste. Now it's going to be Nueva Ecija setting it all up. Now Garcia absorbs contact. They are still trying to go baseline. But that's an attack now. Rich Lacson nagmamadali. Goes right, bumps, shoots, and is fouled.
He knew what to do with his body. He knew that there was a size disadvantage, but at the same time, he had momentum to go attack that basket. You can see this 3 here. Nico Garcia, their leading scorer in their last game.
He's gonna start to heat up para sagutin yung 3-point attempt flurry barrage. Ano pa ba? Di ba? Ang dami. Dahil 42 attempts yun last time. So, I think at some point, if you are Bulacan, you're gonna have to find some other options here dahil posible na masabayan kayo dyan. Lacson gets another. Although that was an attempt that's unsuccessful. Mula kay Garcia. Nagmamadali na naman ang kanilang kupunan. And now, that's gonna be another 2-pointer score.
That was Jade Anthony Indaya able to get that tough layup in.
Lead cut down to 12. Now David settles for Midi. Rolls off. Less than a minute and 30 to go. Dito sa ating first half, Lacson settles on another. He gets his own rebound. Smallest guy on the floor kicks it out. Indaya, floater, gets it in. A spark off the bench is working. Or actually, the starting five finding stride in the second quarter.
Exactly. Second chance opportunities are happening their way. Great hustle effort leading to extra opportunities.
Lacson had the right idea, pero tila nakatingin na siya sa teammate niya. Just couldn't gather that basketball.
And one thing you should appreciate, Hans, the momentum is actually going to Bulacan's side despite this 10-point deficit.
We're starting to see some more speed in their step. Tila gumagana yung gusto nilang gawin dito, but
their momentum is cut short due to a technical free throw that will be given to Nueva Ecija because of a jersey error.
That's how it goes again. You know, it was Malio in that first game. And this time it was Lavalle.
Yes, Francis Lavalle immediately tried to cover it up with his tuck-in jersey, but of course the coaching staff couldn't do anything at that point.
And obviously the coach couldn't do anything but just stare. They're gonna have to shrug it off, find a way to cut it down to single digits. 45 seconds remaining. Dagas, 3, gets it in.
That is a cold-blooded 3 care of Dagas, making things happen, extending the lead now to 14.
6 points para kay Gabriel Dagas, Villaseran. That floater is not gonna work. 6 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dagas being hounded by the defense now. 10 seconds remaining in that clock. Can they get it to go? David challenges the defense, but De La Vega won't give. Kicking it out again. He had the right intention, but it was too strong for Indaya. He wasn't even in possession para kunin yun.
Yes, it was very difficult for Jade, Anthony, and Daya to get a possession now with 5.7. Let's see if Nueva Ecija can extend further.
Now they're going for their full court pressure break.
Oh, he's not aware.
At this moment, he's not aware of the situation.
Oh, Coach Allen was furious with Malyari on that last possession, not knowing how many time was left.
You have to understand, even though they have a 14-point advantage, he doesn't want his players to be complacent.
Exactly. And you can see here the Chef's Magic second quarter highlights. Great outside shooting care of the blue shirts. Able to knock it down, but of course trading baskets with sharpshooters on their end as well. Talking about Marcos Eli Calachan with a triple for Bulacan.
And as of this moment, it is Nueva Ecija still taking care of their lead by 14, 36-22 kontra sa JT Bulacan Taipan. You're currently looking at the halftime score. It is still Nueva Ecija leading by 14, 36 to 22, especially with, you know, the things that have happened in that first half. Everything going Nueva Ecija's way.
No, definitely. They have done everything into perfection, showing why they are the favorites in terms of winning this ball game, this matchup. And you can see some of the halftime stats here. Very big lead here for Nueva Ecija, 36-22. Higher shooting accuracy percentage, getting better shot selection here. Very even in terms of three-point made. They do love to shoot from the outside. Slight advantage for Bulacan in terms of getting those second chance opportunities, but not getting it done in terms of conversion. Slight advantage for the Generals in terms of assists, and they are taking care of the basketball 9-12.
Just looking at the percentage alone, mas maganda yung shot selection
Yes.
na nakukuha ng kupunan nitong Nueva Ecija, but that also translates because of the size that they have.
Definitely.
In fact, para naman sa JT Bulacan Taipan, it really is a lower percentage in terms of the shot takes, lalo na three-pointers yung kanilang kinukuha. But as of the moment, it is time for us to take a look at our fan of the game because we've spotted someone in the crowd who's been cheering nonstop, full of energy and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say? The coolest fans deserve the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fan of the game. You're getting a refreshing treat from True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea. The goodness of iced tea without the sugar. Yun pala yun. Talagang inerror muna nila ng sadya para lang makuha natin ang saktong umpisa ng ating third quarter. It is still Nueva Ecija at the driver's seat. As of this moment, Indaya looking to be a little bit more aggressive, but that Nueva Ecija defense is still the same as the first half.
And definitely, one thing that wasn't in the halftime score, partner Hans, was that points in the paint is 22-8 in favor of the Blue Shirts. So you definitely see that they want to score inside during that first half.
And you were right about that, because that is another two-pointer at the paint. It was the same thing that they've been executing all first half, and they're looking to build up on that again.
Clinton Pico able to get that second chance opportunity for the Blue Shirts.
Play is gonna continue now.
Wow.
Kinuhan itong si Clemente, bato sa kabila. And now, Gumala gives it to Pico for his fourth straight point in the second half.
And that started because of the diversion that was provided by Giancarlo Gamala. Look at this player, drop pass, and the N1 bucket.
That's your pound-for-pound fitness. Foul counted shot of the quarter. Fajardo couldn't really believe it. He said he only had his hand up, but he probably wasn't in the best position para makuha yun. So with that being said, even though it's a miss, they still extend this to 18 points in terms of the lead.
And despite that big lead, Nueva Ecija, the Generals, think it's like back to zero. They are doing pesky on the defensive end.
That's how you give respect to your opponent.
Yes.
Pagpatuloy ang depensa at hindi lang yung basta depensa. But look at Fajardo. He had the right intention but just lost that basketball. So there are some plays na alam mo, na-execute nila ng maayos eh. Pero pagdating doon sa last stretch, they're just unable to hold the ball properly. Now Pico looks to challenge. Pero umilaw yung baseline, sabi ng ating referee. He was caught on that CCTV from the baseline.
Yeah, Pico had the right idea of trying to bang his body into his opponent, into his matchup. However, his foot was caught right at the vantage point of the referee.
40-22 is our score. Quick pass and a three. You see them still not hesitating whatsoever.
One thing that you should notice, Hans, that now with 14 turnovers itong Bulacan, Nueva Ecija's points from turnovers is 17-6. So they are capitalizing on those turnovers.
My goodness, look at Gamala continuously cooking. Meanwhile, Fajardo had the right intention but just unable to find something there. He can't get a shot off. Mabilisan na naman. Galing kay Kamala. Kicks it to the left side. Only touching that rim. Gonzalez getting the rebound. Less than 7 minutes to go in the third. And at that moment, contact was absorbed by Bulacan. That's gonna put itong si Indaya at the free throw line.
Yeah, Jade Anthony Indaya tried his best to stay aggressive, able to get the contact. It is a whopping 18-point lead, make it 17. It'll be a tall order for Bulacan to catch up here.
Indaya getting 4 points in that first half. Has obviously been a bright spot, lalo na nung second quarter when they had a bit of momentum on their side. But Nueva Ecija had some answers. And Indaya is only gonna split it. Down goes the lead to 17. Bablis gets a screen. Kicks it to the left side. Now there's a choice to go for baseline again, but at that time, Bulacan was ready.
Great swat there from the white shirts.
Play continues now, but it is still going to be Montaño forcing the issue for the foul to happen right here.
Great presence of mind from the blue shirts, not giving up on that possession. There was a great stop there from Prixquiel de la Vega. Unfortunately, it went eventually to Nueva Ecija's way, going for 2 free throws.
Ang mahirap kasi dito, lalo na if you're trying to guard someone like Montaño in this kind of age bracket, even though they're tall players, they're also fast players.
Yes.
Right? Some differences in terms of the age groups. Minsan pag mas matanda, ano na eh, medyo mas mabagal eh. Alam mong malakas, pero mabagal. Pero dito, mabilis at malakas lahat.
Exactly. And we have to remind everyone, matanda, pero they're only 18 years young. So yes, a lot of development from these young kids.
And another steal. A turnover is going to happen once more. Nueva Ecija in cruise control of what is happening. Kamala finds Montaño, settles with a midi, and that is kissed off the glass for the 2.
That is 2 points from LeBron Montaño. Love the name.
LeBron Montaño already has 4 points. And yet another miss here from the 3. Obviously, they're going to try it again. I'm not even surprised, but that time, it goes in para kay Calacan.
That was Miggy Briel Calacan making his presence known. Earlier, it was Marcos. This time, Miggy is going to put himself in the scoring column.
If they're going to live or die by the 3-pointer, there needs to be some shots that would go in, and hopefully mabawi nila yung kanilang kumpiyansa dito sa depensa. And now there's an attack once more. It goes all left. But at that moment, it is gonna be staying with Nueva Ecija with 5 minutes and a second remaining in the third. Just look at this again. No hesitation whatsoever. One dribble pull-up is good to cut the lead down to 17 again. Can they get over the hump itong Bulacan? The fight is still there. Nakikita mo pa yung fighting spirit nitong JT Bulacan Taipan. They're currently at the 11th seed, just like what you were talking about during the first half. This is a must-win situation for them, but they're going up against the 4 seed who wants to also have an advantage pagdating ng postseason. Now Calacan looks to charge. He finds Lacson. Strong take to the basket is denied by Kamala.
What a rejection from Gamala.
Kamala says this is how you do it. You kick it to Bablis and hope for the best. But at that time, if all breaks loose, you give a no-look pass, but it will not work whatsoever. So with that being said, umilaw na naman, sabi ng ating referee. This time it's the sideline. So Romawak's gonna go back to the bench. Somebody else is making his entry. And Bulacan is retrieving the ball right back.
Yeah, but look at Nueva Ecija's defense now. Almost a full court trap and successful defense here.
Gumala again, using his body that time, but unable to find something. And at that moment, you have to give it para dito kay Lacson. And then there's a situation at hand
I believe
between the referee and Gupit.
yeah, Christopher Gupit might have said something that caught the referee's attention, immediately going to the bench.
Yeah, the referee was like, "Ayo,
Yeah, almost.
ayo," and I was like, and Gupit probably was like, may nasabi po, may ano po nangyari."
And you immediately saw his teammates pushing him away.
So, wag na.
Like, they already have a very big lead. The last thing you'd want is, you know, the chance of you not being to play.
Yeah, or provide some openings para sa kalaban. Especially with, you know, what's happening with Bulacan right now. Another turnover. Unfortunately, there's been some chances na ibababa nila yung bola, pero hindi sila nakakuha ng tira. And I think that's what's missing compared to Nueva Ecija here. That they get some opening, they got some stops, and they're aggressively attacking the glass. Now here it goes again. Another step, and at that time it goes in para kay Bablis.
Bablis making an impact here late in the game in the third quarter with another and one bucket.
Just look at this pound-for-pound fitness. Foul counted shot of the quarter. He had one Bulacan player up in the air, and that was enough for him to settle with a shot, absorbing contact, and getting an end one for a total of 7 points in this match.
This game has ballooned to 21 big point lead for the Generals.
Just a pretty solid effort here mula sa Nueva Ecija, really showcasing why they're one of the top seeds in that North Division in the 18 under. But as of this moment, the play continues, and I think from the looks of it, Nueva Ecija is already at the penalty, so this is 2 free throws that's going to be provided to Lordy Victoria.
And that's not what you want. If you're the coaching staff of Nueva Ecija, you want to, yes, of course, get some stops, but not too aggressive to allow them to even have the slightest possibility of catching up.
Lordy Victoria has been making 2 free throws kanina, or should I say 2 3-pointers kanina lamang. But in this third quarter, he seemed to be a marked man already.
The Blue Shirts are making the necessary stops for Victoria to score.
Garcia, on the other hand, he's done the same thing in the second half.
Nico Garcia, lights out.
Obviously not letting up whenever you want to, but at that time, it's going to be Lordy Victoria just understanding the concept. He's going to be able to find it anyway.
Now, if he can't shoot from the outside, he might as well go drive hard inside, which is what he just did.
And then there's going to be a blocking foul, obviously.
Ooh, speaking of Victoria, I just mentioned him just a few seconds ago. Now he's getting the contact there. Frustration foul, probably.
But they still have one more foul to give. So, at least, medyo natigil lang at nabigyan sila ng kaunting breather. Garcia shoots it again. Same spot, but not the same result. I wonder what they're probably talking about in the bench. Malalaman natin yan with the report from our courtside reporter, Ms. Danae Amada.
Evident sa sidelines na strong on defense ang team Nueva Ecija Generals. May constant rotation ng players that balances out their team for the best translation on court. Collective effort at support system ng team na to ang tumatayong lakas nila. Kita nga natin ang galaw nila showing that they are not complacent. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Danae. Nakita nga natin yan during the time that, you know, Coach Alan Salangsang was just making sure that his players play 100% kahit lamang sila, kahit tambak sila, kahit dikit yung laban. And this is the mentality you want to impart from all of your players.
And at the same time, no, you're showing the ultimate sign of respect to your opponents, giving your all despite this huge lead.
And at that time, It was Bulacan giving their all in that possession. Lacson cutting the lead down to at least 17. That's obviously going to help them. Bablis had an opening on it, just unable to find it in. Now Lacson's going to slow down. He was stepping on the line, but he still gets it anyway.
Lacson, the lone light here, currently for Bulacan, trying to make things happen.
Lacson already has 8. That's going to cut the lead down to 15. A run has been done here. Garcia shoots it, goes in and out. The play continues now. A 6-0 run para sa kanilang koponan. Now from the right side. Doesn't get it. Nagmamadali na naman ang Nueva Ecija. They choose the center. Garcia says, I can take it. But you know it. Pico can do it himself to extend the lead up to 17, pero may foul na itatawag kontra sa Generals.
That is a great hustle play. Look at this replay here. Put back by Pico, able to out-rebound his opponent, getting the easy 2.
But just like you said a while ago, this guy, Rich Jude Lacson, starting to provide some offensive prowess dito sa ating third quarter.
He may be the smallest guy here for the White Shirts, but he is deadly. No fear, trying to get some contact in, trying to get some buckets in, being very aggressive with both ends.
Providing the biggest impact para sa kanyang koponan. And the first JT Bulacan Taipan player in double figures. But that's going to be an offensive foul called against Nueva Ecija. Those small breaks are slowly cracking in. They're seeing some cracks in the armor mula sa Generals.
And that's what you need if you are Bulacan. All you need are making 1 to 2 consecutive stops, and momentum will slowly shift your favor.
Now the shot clock is off. Victoria looks to bring the ball down. She's going to try to push through and continue. Victoria with a move. Everything but the shot there. A second remaining. Doesn't have enough time para kay Garcia. Either or. It was the fighting spirit in the last 2 minutes ng Bulacan to cut it down to 15. But you cannot deny Nueva Ecija's domination in the paint and good shot selection in the third.
No, and this Chef's Magic third quarter highlights, as you can see, both squads trading buckets inside and out. But clearly, Bulacan is trying their best effort, and they do so by slightly cutting the deficit.
Will it be enough to get them to within striking distance once again, or will Nueva Ecija pull away? Fourth quarter when we return. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every win. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. And for Nueva Ecija, we just saw them make a run for it, extending the lead to 20. And that's obviously what they've been doing every time na may run na ginagawa ang Bulacan. They just outrun them right back. And speaking of outrunning, it's Isip rolling it off. It was a sorry miss from him.
Even the bench of Nueva Ecija couldn't believe he missed that.
I mean, you know, it was already halfway down.
They were actually begging for it. They were looking for that, but unfortunately they didn't go for Isip's way. And on the other hand, they pay with 2 free throws care of Miggy Briel Kalachan.
So Miggy has been, you know, a contributor in the second half, already has 2 threes. He was scoreless in that first half. Pero ngayon nakikita natin there's some signs of brilliance from Miggy Kalachan. Already 7 points for him. Oh, and it was actually a 3-point
Oh,
foul,
yes.
right? So, you know, that would have helped a lot, especially when you're a team that lives and dies by the 3. From what we're currently seeing,
No, there's a slight delay because I believe the 14 under squad are
yeah, they were
trying
ready.
to enter. Yes,
Yeah,
they're
they
trying
were-
to enter the floor.
Yeah, but only the playing players
Yes,
are,
so far.
you know, so far in this situation. But Gamala was met in the air by De La Vega. Prix was like, you know,
Enough.
yeah, enough of this. Now Romawak just decided to shoot that 3. But at that time, mananatili pa rin sa Nueva Ecija ang bola. These extra opportunities have been detrimental kasi it's Nueva Ecija chipping away on the clock. Gamala just waiting patiently.
Look at the shoulders of Gamala for a guard, man. Like the way he bully balls inside against the taller defender, able to do a floater. And another possession here, fast break.
Dude, he can even bully me.
Us.
Yeah. Just how built different this
Yes.
kid is. Says a lot about his work ethic, and you know, one of the reasons why itong kupunan ng Nueva Ecija ay talagang nasa itaas ng ating standings. Same could be said for other contributing players such as Gabriel Dagas, who's currently at the floor right now shooting his free throws.
Yeah, the guys is doing the dirty work here throughout this ball game, able to make 2 for 2 free throws.
Dagas now has 10. 5:45 remaining in the fourth. 23-point lead. It would take a lot of things. Yuan Fajardo using a big boy move. That's not going to work. Bounce pass. That was almost lost. And then lost completely. It was the right decision from Pico. It's just that they were unable to keep it. Now Indaya kicks it out. 3 from Victoria. In and out. And it completely goes out.
That's what you're looking for, but unable to convert tong si Victoria.
Now I'm wondering if they already made 42 3-point
Right?
attempts. That's a question I have in mind if they did. Meanwhile, Gamala leaves it for Isip, and Isip breaking back and getting it through the board.
Currently, I'm only looking at 23 attempts.
Oh, so that's, you know, they haven't even reached half. Double, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they've reached half, but not double. So now everybody's hounding itong si Garcia, but he still finds a way to leave it for Pico. Everything going Nueva Ecija's way.
And Pico has been at the right place at the right time, getting the receiving end of those drop passes to get 2 more buckets on for Nueva Ecija.
Parang nakaka-offend sa Bulacan pag ano eh. Nandun si Pico
Oo.
out of nowhere. Like mamamalaya na lang nila na, okay, we finally have it. Oh, wait, what? But Lacson, on the other hand, still giving it 100%.
And that's all you want. If you are Bulacan, that's all you want from your squad. Lacson is making it happen.
Lacson has 12 points para sa kanyang kupunan. Would have loved to ask for a bit more help here, but Gamala trying to challenge again, looking to cook against Yuan Fajardo. But at that time, Yuan's not having it.
And I believe this is almost a platoon substitution.
Which means there's gonna be another conversation to set all the troops in line. But one thing is for sure, it is Nueva Ecija enforcing their might, courtesy of Gamala and Pico to make it happen for their team. Just 3 seconds remaining in their shot clock para makahanap ng tamang tempo. No Pico, no Gamala. And as of this moment, takbuhan na naman. Lacson waiting all the way doon sa kabila para sa 2 puntos.
Lacson making it happen once again for Bulacan.
Now Garcia thought about it. Now he thought about it completely, and there goes the 3.
That was a sidestep. Hesitation. Took a second more before shooting that open jumper. Nothing but net.
Parang medyo nung na-realize niya na nag-loosen up na yung depensa, tsaka niya binanatan eh. And that is the understanding of the game. Now he's speeding things up. Tagas, on the other hand, he even takes it all the way.
Tagas, unafraid of the taller defenders right at him. Extending the lead for Nueva Ecija.
12 points para kay Tagas sa ngayon. Lacson now looking to charge. And then there's a floater other way. That's not gonna work. Lacson, 3.
Wow.
Gets it in as well.
The lone star so far this 4th quarter. Lacson is making shots here. He is now the leading scorer for Bulacan.
Yeah, but I honestly think that it's too little, too late.
Yes.
As Bulacan putting in a bit more of their reserve. So this might be a sign that they're already waving the white flag.
Great effort there for Lacson with 14 big points. Victoria with 10. But everyone else is in single digits.
Yup, and you just saw a while ago yung ating Larga fast break of the game courtesy of Rich Jude Lacson, who just recently got back to the bench. Now Tagas is gonna shoot it again. Hopefully the idea for Coach Allen here is, you know, for the players to not only be able to get some reps but also execute better. Because this is already considered a win. It's just that you have to prove your spot here. Kailangan makakuha ka ng mas maraming minutes.
I think one realization that we should see here, Hans, given that both squads have emptied their bench, it's now gonna hypothetically potentially be 2-8 for the JT Bulacan Taipan, going down at 11th.
And that is another foul na ibibigay ng JT Bulacan, which is obviously quite unfortunate. This is a situation that they do not want to be in. But they are already here, and para sa mga players, we're gonna have to find a way to finish it off at least strong. Charles David misses on that second.
So far, Nueva Ecija, with this potential win, will give them 6-3. They are the 4th team to have 6 wins in this campaign. Even though they are ranked 4th, the teams above them, they have like 1 game remaining. Besides Rizal with 4 more, Nueva Ecija still has 2 more games after. So they could potentially get the 3 or 4 spot.
Less than a minute to go in this game for the 18 under division. Looking good here are the Nueva Ecija, the Generals. But there goes a 3 to hopefully soften the blow para kay Lavalle.
Yeah, Francis Lavalle making his presence known with a triple of his own.
Just a bit more than 30 seconds remaining. Obviously, if you're the players, you'd want to rack up more points on the board. And at this point, for David, he also wants to toss it around. But that is going to be an offensive foul called against them. So with that being said, that is going to be the situation at hand for the other team, as Nueva Ecija is going to be walking onto this with a victory to make something happen for their team. Another 3 para kay Francis Lavalle to finish off his game with 6 points. But you cannot deny the domination that was taken aback mula sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija de Generals.
That's now 2-0 in our virtual 3 games here between Nueva Ecija and Bulacan. It has been dominant for Nueva Ecija de Generals, showing why they are the heavy favorites in the 18 under division.
74 para sa Nueva Ecija, 53 para sa Bulacan. This is a solid outing from the 18 under division ng the Generals. Just really wanted to showcase what they're made of, and also para mas lalo pa silang makapag-contend as they look to climb up the standings even more.
Hans, at the end of the game, they had more rebounds, they had more assists, they had more steals. They definitely had more points in the paint. The only thing they had less is their turnovers, which is also a good thing. So it's an all-around performance care of Nueva Ecija.
And with that being said, you know, there's still a couple of games left para sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija de Generals. Meanwhile, para sa JT Bulacan Taipan, this could potentially lessen their chances para makapasok ng ating playoffs. But you have to give it to the spirit of the boys. They, you know, already experienced how it feels like to be able to get more victories in this competition. And hopefully that could even motivate them even more para hanapin pa yon at pahirapan lalo yung mga kupunan that are vying for wins, that are vying for spots in that playoff scenario.
After this game, though, Nueva Ecija will go to 6-3 with 2 games remaining. And it's between them and the Rizal Switch Fiber who will get the 3 or who will get the 4th seed in this 18 under division so far.
But the question is, will we be able to retain it and continue? Yan ang malalaman natin sa kanilang mga magiging susunod na laro. But of course, for everybody who's currently watching us today, right at their respective homes sa ating mga Facebook at YouTube channels, please go ahead and give us a follow, like, and share para makita nyo lahat ng mga ganap in terms of our Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3. In just a bit, we're going to be talking to our Chef's Magic player of the game, as well as some of the players that have also contributed to this win para sa Nueva Ecija de Generals. They came all this way, traveled for hours to be able to deliver a win para sa kanilang kupunan. And as of this moment, an opportunity that was really taken advantage of by the Nueva Ecija Generals was imminent. And with that being said, I think it is now time for us to talk to our courtside reporter together with our best player of the game.
Naging biggest help mo today para sa larong ito?
Yung ano lang po, ginawa ko lang yung best, tsaka yung pinapagawa ni coach na depensa, tsaka yung offense, babalik lang din sa amin po. Tsaka yung kumpiyansa ko po.
Maraming salamat. May mga gusto ka bang pasalamatan at batiin?
Una-una po, salamat ako kay God na binigay niya yung panalo namin, tsaka yung ligtas na game, tsaka papasalamat ako kay coach na binigyan niya ako ng opportunity at kumpiyansa po.
Thank you so much to our Chef's Magic Best Player of the Game. Now turning it over to our Hustle Club's Defensive Player of the Game and our Don Benito's Assist Man of the Game.
Maraming salamat. Together with our Chef's Magic Best Player of the Game, you're currently looking at one of the bright spots para naman sa JT Bulacan Taipan. It's Brix Kiel de la Vega doing a little bit of everything. 8 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals, just, you know, showing pure defense in spite of an offensive struggle in this game, really showcasing what he can do at this point in time. And that is it for the 18 under division, pero hindi pa doon matatapos ang laban sa pagitan ng Bulacan at Nueva Ecija, because to finally wrap up the trilogy, we will be having the 14 under division in behalf of the courtside reporter Danae Amada and of course JP Ruiz. My name is Hans Galeria, and in just a bit we're currently going to be looking at something different, because this time it's our Don Benito's assist man of the game. That is Gian Gamala. Obviously looking at the camera, all smiles, all chill. You're definitely giving some signs of hope and, you know, signs of brilliance mula sa manlalarong ito. And just like what I said a while ago, an amazing effort from all of the members of Nueva Ecija to make it happen for them to continue to climb on the standings. At dahil dyan, magbabalik kami maya-maya for the continuation of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang